Hey guys, Jennifer here. So I never did make it back after the last break. You know how things go. As soon as you show your face to your family, that's it. So anyway, I had started the camera not realizing. I started crafting before I started the camera just a few minutes ago, and what I decided to do was add another piece of foam the same size as this one and covered it up, and then I'm going to attach this to it because even though there's a slight gap in there, which I think I can manage to cover up with something, if I had it right next to the box, the doors were going to hit it. So I think this is going to work out better. And even though you can see that kind of stuff on the side, I'm going to be wrapping laces around it, so you won't be able to see that particular thing. Okay, so that gave me an extra like 1/4 of an inch there to keep the doors free of, you know, hitting the little thing here. Okay. So I only attached this right now, but I think if I'm going to start attaching laces, I really need to attach this as well. Alright, so I'm going to do that. And I just used hot glue. If you hear that in the background, it's raining today. It's like a really dreary, rainy day. And I have my window open, which is right by the where the shutters, not the shutters, the soffits, no, the gutters, yeah, there you go. The gutters are getting filled up with the rain, so that's what you're hearing. I might have to close the window. Alright, so I'm just going to press that down on there. Looks pretty decent. So see, sometimes if things aren't exactly the way you want them to be, you can manipulate them a little bit with a little bit of foam or cardboard or anything. I just happen to use the foam, which I think works really nicely. Okay, so now I have my little box with this beautiful focal point on it. Okay, so I have to, what I might do is maybe if I put a little bit of a trim on the top part, then you won't see that gap. Just a thought. Not that this is what I'm going to use, but you know, if you put some trim up there, you won't be able to really see the gap. So you just have to use the right trim. Okay, so what I want to put on here, obviously, I love flowers. If you follow my channel at all, you know I love flowers. So I want to put some flowers on here, but I wasn't certain if I was going to do paper flowers or if I was going to do, you know, like fabric flowers. So that is my dilemma. And then I also wanted to use some metals. Well, this is one of the metals that I used frontage on. So if you can see how pretty that looks. So if you can see how pretty that looks, it is the pink frontage. And it has little specks of gold. So pretty. And it was just like a regular metal piece like this. Like a bronze color. Okay. So what I'm thinking about is adding this to my flower cluster and stuff like that. So I'm going to gather some flowers and I will be right back. Okay, so I've grabbed some laces and some flowers and some doilies, some trims, and I think I'm ready because I really liked this particular dangle trim. But I think I'm going to go ahead and I think what I just debating on where I want to start and where I want to stop, because you have to think about that when you put your laces down. You want to be able to cover, you know, the ends. So this just looks like a good stopping point, because maybe I can put, you know, a flower or something. I don't know if I like that particularly, but where do I start in the back? Yeah. See, now these particular things are all wrinkled, and that really bothers me. So a lot of times I'll just spray some water. But I don't have my water thing right away here. Right here. Okay, so let's get this thing going. Oh my gosh, so I watched the American Idol last night from Wednesday, I think it was. All the guys. Oh my goodness. So entertaining. Yeah, that's wrinkled there. That's going to drive me crazy. But I will fix that later. The little 15-year-old guy, he's so cute. He's gonna have all the little girls definitely voting for him. I can't believe how he sings for his age. It's crazy. And plays all those instruments as well. So I gotta show you something funny. My husband, okay, he's like he's super smart and way smarter than me. But he decided to take on this electrical project because we were thinking about getting a water softener. Well, because the main line is not where the water heater is. He has to put it he has to put it in a different location. So normally, you know, you would put it, or try to at least put it next to the water heater. And so anyway, this other location didn't have an electrical outlet to plug the water softener into, which we haven't gotten the water softener yet, but that's our plan. So when we get our, you know, tax refund, we always try to do something, you know, good with it. Instead of just spending it on frivolous stuff, we try to do a little bit for the house and then save. So we forgive me, I can't talk and think at the same time. Anyway, we got this house not too long ago, and it was a rental, so the renters just tore it up. And when we bought it, it was an as-is, really, because the owner was gonna either sell the house quickly or go into foreclosure. And so he short-sailed the house, and that's how we were able to get it. So anyway, with that said, we've had to fix so much. I mean, doors, walls, water damage, you name it, okay? So my husband's like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this after doing all the research, you know, on how he's going to try to add this electrical outlet. And I was like, well, how come you think you can't do it, you know? So I was like, let me see what you're, you know, let me go outside and see what you're doing. And so he's explaining, you know, the whole thing to me, and he had been trying to turn the electricity off at that outside, you know, on that outside switch, because there's a switch directly outside the inside location. And so he was going to have to drill a hole from the outside of the house to the inside of the garage, blah, 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 blah. To make a long story short, he's like, I can't really do this because I can't turn off this break. There's no breaker switch. And I said, well, is there another breaker box, you know, in the other garage? And he said, not that I've seen. So I go out there, and the box outside above the switch is where they, you know, calculate the meter and reading for the electricity and everything. Well, he says, yeah, we can't open this because this is, you know, strictly for the electric, you know, the energy company to be able to get into. It's locked. Well, I pull this lever, and the bottom part of the metal box outside of the house opens. And he wasn't able to open it because he said it didn't open. So, make a long story short, he's able to do it now because I was able to find the breaker box. So anyway, that's what he's working on right now. So, and the little one's napping, so I was like, oh, I gotta go craft. Try to get this box going again. It's like really hard when you get interrupted. When you're like going and going and going, and then your mojo stops. And then you got to get back into the thing, and it's like, oh, sometimes I just can't do it. And I end up not coming back to it, which I don't want to happen. But you never know. A mother's life is never done, right? or work, not life. Oh my goodness. Okay, if you hadn't known or realized, I'm really bad at cliches. Okay, this is not good. See, I'm yapping and I'm not paying attention here. Hold on. Let me just make sure that opens. I really need to open the whole way, but... So I think I'm gonna have to cut this away around this little mechanism. Otherwise, it's not going to open very well. Oh, that stinks, huh? Let's see if I can do this without screwing it up. Alright, now let's try to get this fixed up here. I'm real bad at small talk, you guys, so if I don't seem very interesting, you know, you can fast forward it or whatever. Okay, so see how this covers that particular mess. Just right up. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I need to fix this a little bit. I'm going to have plenty of other trims on top of this, so you're not even going to see any of that. I love to hear the rain. I had to close that one window though because I could hear the tin banging. That was starting to get on my nerves. Alright, so I'm thinking I'm going to cut this right here. I was watching some of the tilde tag swaps that Amador had done, and I was watching Boris this morning. It was funny because she I don't even think she realizes how funny she is, but she's so sweet. I don't know her very well, but I just started to get to know her. Like, I call her my new crafting friend, and she was saying that her you know, her week was busy too, and that the only thing that keeps her sane is crafting, and I feel so much like that, because this is the, you know, the one thing that gives me joy, the one thing that gives me peace, and it's just, you know, some me time. Totally have fun, you know, doing this. So, that looks really cute, I think. It's got the little dangle, which, you know, I gotta have some dangle. And I let it be, you know, longer because, remember, I'm going to have the feet. So, if I had to put something longer, I could actually put it underneath. And that's why I didn't, you know, tack it down all the way, because I might be wanting to put something underneath this to make it even, you know, hang lower. So, you know, like this. This is some trim I got from Michelle Piping, and I thought it was so cute. I was thinking I might make some flowers with it, you know. I wasn't sure yet, though, but it'd be kind of cute, right? To make some flowers. It'd be pretty on there. I don't know if it'd be too big or cover up so much. That's the thing, is the pieces are really small, so you've got to use like small things. Where's that? I was going to let this peek out. See, I don't know if you can see here. Oh, see this middle piece has like a little hole in it, like for a charm. And I thought, how cute would that be to like dangle a little charm off of. So you can like cover it and not glue that, you know what I mean? You can cover it and glue it and then hang something from there. So anyway, I've got all these ideas in my head and I can't put them together for some reason. I really am digging this too. Isn't it pretty? I like it because it has the sequins. Oh. The sequins and the pearl. It's really pretty. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this beautiful vintage lace, or vintage looking lace, and I'm going to put it underneath so that it will peek out like that. And remember, I'm going to have this up high, so, you know, it's going to have feet, so this won't be dragging. So that's what I'm going to do right now. That looks pretty. It's going to look nice. Just pulling this up a little bit. See, you won't see that little, you won't see those add-ons that I added at all. So pretty. I was doing this and I kept picking out these pink laces and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm trying to do vintage looking here, so more of it, you know, vintage looking. So I decided to go with more neutral colors. That's so pretty. I love the way the scallop looks. See, sometimes you might not know how you want to layer it, and so just tacking it down maybe at first, like how I didn't tack the whole lace, you know, down. I just did the edge. Kind of allows me to go back and add stuff underneath if I, you know, decide to. Sometimes you can't see it until you do it, and you don't want it to be too late. Okay, so I glued this pretty lace on under here. I didn't think you'd want to see the whole thing, so I did that. It looks really cute. And now I'm going to put this layered on top of that. That's going to be pretty. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back.